Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. The government and ruling Democratic Party have pledged to make the second half of this year the starting point for a major economic leap. At a policy meeting on Monday, the two sides discussed a growth strategy centered on the three mega-projects and key legislative reforms, including accelerating investment in chips and data centers. The DP4 leaders said the party aims to deliver tangible improvements to people's livelihoods by promoting regional-led growth and pursuing structural reforms. The government also outlined plans to strengthen its response to economic risks by creating an integrated system to manage housing market stability and foreign exchange markets, while tackling long-term challenges such as widening inequality. Following the U.S. listing of SK hynix's American depository receipts last week, leveraged and inverse exchange-traded funds (ETFs) tied to the underlying asset are set to debut on the New York stock market early this week. According to major U.S. ETF issuers, multiple ETFs linked to the SK hynix ADR are scheduled for launch on Monday and Tuesday. U.S. ETF issuers have already been managing single-stock leveraged and inverse ETFs, tracking major tech heavyweights listed in New York, such as NVIDIA, Tesla, and Alphabet. The SK hynix ADR made its debut on Wall Street on Friday, surging approximately 13% from its initial offering price to close at around $168.5. The U.S. continued strikes against Iran over the weekend, which U.S. Central Command said in a social media post on Sunday, were meant to degrade Iran's ability to attack civilian mariners and commercial ships freely transiting the Strait of Hormuz. The sharp escalation in hostilities came as Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps announced that it had shut the Strait of Hormuz. However, President Trump immediately rejected the claim and said traffic is flowing. U.S. Central Command has also insisted that the strait remains open, adding that U.S. forces are positioned and prepared to ensure freedom of navigation in the vital waterway. Meanwhile, in Venezuela, the death toll from the country's devastating twin earthquakes has climbed to 4,490, according to updated figures released by the Venezuelan government. The official number of injured remains at 16,740, while 17,907 people have been left homeless. Officials reported that 856 buildings were damaged, and 1,222 aftershocks have been recorded since the main quakes struck on June 24. The United Nations has estimated that around 50,000 people remain missing beneath the rubble as search and rescue operations continue. In sports, South Korea's Ryu Hae-ran has captured her second straight LPGA major title, winning the Amundi Evian Championship in France after a dramatic playoff victory on Sunday. The world number 7 defeated Canada's Brooke Henderson on the first playoff hole, after the pair finished tied at a 19 under par 265. Ryu had led by 5 shots during the final round before being forced into extra holes, where she sealed the win with a birdie. It marks her 5th LPGA Tour title overall, and comes just 2 weeks after her breakthrough major victory at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. She is now the first South Korean golfer since Baek In-gi in 2013 to win back-to-back LPGA major championships. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.